Bitcoin has become the most well-known and talked about investment in recent years. It's made individuals wealthy, but it has also left some people with dry pockets. The reason for this is that they are unaware of the investment they've made, which is the entire premise of this video. I'd like to provide you with a basic introduction to Bitcoin so you can make an informed decision about whether or not to invest. In this video, we'll go over the 4 most common Bitcoin inquiries. First and foremost, what is Bitcoin and why is it so powerful? Second, will Bitcoin be the most widely used cryptocurrency in the future? Third, how can we go about purchasing Bitcoin? And finally, is Bitcoin a good investment? Is it possible for me to make a lot of money here, or am I doomed to fail? Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of this channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to get notified of more episodes like this. Without further ado, let's get into the video. What is Bitcoin and why is it so powerful? What is the plot with Bitcoin? So, Bitcoin is the most popular cryptocurrency. It's the most well-known and it's most widely used. To comprehend cryptocurrencies, you must first grasp what money is. Money is just an agreed-upon store of value that everyone accepts as a means of payment. Money does not have an intrinsic value. You may recall that you could swap money for gold back in the day, but money today is not backed by anything. The only thing that makes money valuable is that we've all decided to accept it as a form of payment. The problem with money is that it is centralized. Governments and the central bank are in charge of it. This implies that when it comes to the dollar or any other currency, you're completely at their mercy if they choose to print money and devalue it, which is exactly what they're doing. You are rarely given a voice. Inflation eats away at your hard-earned money, rendering it useless. Another issue is that if you send money internationally, you may be charged exchange costs and rates. If you opt to make transactions again, you will almost always be charged extra costs. A cryptocurrency like Bitcoin has the advantage of solving all these issues. First and foremost, it is decentralized rather than centralized. You don't have to rely on one central bank's ledger, which none of us can access, to keep track of everyone's money. In the case of Bitcoin, however, every computer in the system keeps a copy of the ledger. As a result, taking down the system is practically impossible due to thousands of computers that keep a copy of the ledger. So it's safer because everyone can see it, it's transparent, and no single central authority has control over it. Perhaps most importantly, it's inflation-proof. There are only 21 million total coins in the Bitcoin system, so you can't depreciate it by printing more. So you look at all of these issues that come with fiat money and you see that cryptocurrency fixes them all. But that takes us to the question: is Bitcoin going to be the most extensively used cryptocurrency in the future? When it comes to currencies or business in general, one usually rises to the top and captures all of the market shares. One thing typically controls a whole industry, and Bitcoin is no exception. So, will Bitcoin be the internet's first cryptocurrency, the one that climbs to the top? The answer is that it will most likely be, as it now leads the race. The internet is a consensus-driven system that is constructed by everyone and can be altered at any time. Bitcoin follows the same patterns because it was created on the internet. I believe the internet wants native money, and Bitcoin is the best example of this thus far. These are the paraphrased words of Jack Dorsey, the former CEO of Twitter. Money is all about mass acceptance at the end of the day. It's about everyone agreeing that it's a value transaction, and Bitcoin is currently the closest to accomplishing this. Most people haven't heard of Avalanche, Polkadot, Chainlink, or Sandbox. But if you ask people on the street if they've heard of Bitcoin, they almost certainly have. How do we go about buying Bitcoin? Okay, let's go over how to invest in Bitcoin quickly, and then I'll answer the most important, essential question: is Bitcoin a worthwhile investment? Importantly, there are just 3 steps involved in purchasing Bitcoin. The first is that, just like currency, you'll need a wallet to store it in. It's the same with Bitcoin, with the exception that Bitcoin is a digital wallet that you use to transmit, receive, and store Bitcoin. There are 2 sorts of wallets available: software wallets and hardware wallets. Software wallets can be run on your PC or mobile device with little quantities of Bitcoin. A software wallet is better and easier, while a hardware wallet, which is a device that connects to your computer and is regarded as a safer alternative, is better and easier. After you've obtained the wallet, you'll need to obtain Bitcoin, which you may accomplish through an exchange. Bitmart, Gemini, and Coinbase are some of the most well-known examples. Finally, if you've purchased Bitcoin on an exchange, all you have to do now is withdraw it and send it to your wallet. If you're still unsure about any part of the process, let's know in the comments section down below. It's a pretty simple process with no hassle at all, but first you need to decide if Bitcoin's actually a good investment or not. Is Bitcoin a good investment? Speaking with a professional who has been investing for a long time, we learned that the best approach to look at investing is through the perspective of risk and return. How much can I possibly lose? But on the other hand, what am I likely to gain? What are the chances of each happening? When it comes to Bitcoin risks, one must be honest and forthright because there is a chance of losing everything. Bitcoin is a technology-based currency that relies on people eventually embracing and utilizing it as a currency as time passes. More people are learning about it, using it, and adopting it, but there's no assurance that they will continue to do so in the future. If everyone decides to sell it and stop thinking about it, swoosh, your investment is gone. But on the other hand, the potential payoff for Bitcoin is enormous. Let us consider the return because it is far greater than the risk. Let's have a look at the method of calculating this. Gold. Gold is similar to Bitcoin in many respects. Although it is physical, it is primarily used as a store of wealth. It can be mined, much like Bitcoin, and it has a finite quantity. It, like Bitcoin, is utilized as a safety net in the event of an economic downturn. So the overall market capitalization of all gold in the world is around $7.5 trillion, whereas Bitcoin's total market capitalization is around $685.27 billion, which is a lot less than gold. We would see a 20 to 40 times return on our investment if Bitcoin were to grow in the same market cap as gold, which many experts believe it could. And we're not saying it will definitely get there, but it could. That's why we see Bitcoin as an investment, because there's a lot more potential to gain than you have to lose. It would even be if you lost everything or double your assets. But the potential is much more than double, so you're on the right side of the risk-reward equation. However, you don't want to stake your entire house on Bitcoin going up. Remember that you run the danger of losing everything, so just invest what you can afford to lose. Whether that's 1% of your portfolio or more if you're braver than me, but play this investment wisely. Although it's not wise to throw everything into this cryptocurrency, at the end of the day, Bitcoin is superior to the fiat money that we now use and all of the difficulties that come with it. We see excellent firms all around us that were derided at first, but went on to become overnight successes. Why? Because their technology was superior, and they were developing a better version of their product. It's the same with Bitcoin in comparison to our current faulty money system. It's just better overall, and the times we're living in are quite unusual. The feds produce trillions of dollars every year, depreciating the dollar by the second. And governments have more control than ever with lockdowns, corporate closures, and wacky politics. Because Bitcoin is not dependent on any particular organization, it may not be the worst decision to invest in. It's possible that your future self will thank you for it. So at the end of this video, what do you think about Bitcoin? Will Bitcoin become the most widely used cryptocurrency for years to come? Feel free to post any questions you may have for us in the comments area below. Also, if you enjoyed this video on YouTube, don't forget to click the like button to get notified when new episodes are available, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell. Thank you for taking the time to watch.